Good afternoon, everyone. This is Greg Hanna, CEO of TaaS Corporation. I want to thank you very much for taking the next 10 to 15 minutes to learn about our exciting flagship product in the cloud called IT as a utility. And I'm going to just jump right in. And what you're looking at is my personal desktop because, here at TaaS, we eat our own dog food. So I'm going to show you how I work on a daily basis utilizing our own technology that we call IT as utility. So I'll get right into it. We'll get a look at my exciting email. I've been gone for a little bit, so I haven't had a chance to take a peek in here. But as you can see, I'm running Windows 2013, and this is Outlook, standard Outlook that you would see anywhere else on any device. And, for instance, my calendar and Tom's calendar, and let's see, as Tom was, this is exactly where he's supposed to be right now, is, 3 o'clock, which works out very well. So let me explain how I'm connecting. I'm sitting here in Southborough, Massachusetts, using a Samsung laptop. It's attached via Wi-Fi to a Verizon Fios line. Now, this is a standard Fios line that you would have at your home or small business or large business. It's just Verizon Fios. And I'm making this wireless connection to that Fios, which is connecting me to one of our data centers located in Massachusetts, a few towns over. The reason I'm telling you this is because the ITaaU utility product will allow you to use any device, whether it be an iPhone, an iPad, an Android, a laptop, a Mac, really doesn't matter, and jump right on the internet and get a secure connection with a high-speed, predictable result so that you can be productive and get your work done. So as I mentioned, this is my Outlook, and a lot of people say, well, Greg, you probably don't have much in that Outlook. It's probably just a test system. But if you look down here, you can see that I have 34.6 gigabytes of mail in my mailbox system. And even though that I have that much information, the system reacts and works very quickly. So let's pop over to Word, another one of Microsoft Office 2013 products. Again, full version of Word, and I'm going to pull up a cloud report that we wrote here at TaaS. And the reason I'm pulling this up is not to impress upon you how important this information is, but to show you that this is a 29-page document that has embedded graphics and files, all these different things, and yet I'm able to remotely, over the internet, very quickly and seamlessly, as if it was installed locally, go ahead and make changes, adjustments, really doesn't matter. So let me pop out of this and bring up a database system. Now, the beauty of our cloud is that you're able to create a customized environment. So for instance, if I wanted to change the desktop, personalize it to something that's more near and dear to my heart, which happen to be dogs. I love dogs. And shuffle them so that we can get some performance going and so you can see some changes happening. Now I pop over to a database program that we use to run our business here, very common in the technology industry. It's called ConnectWise. But the important thing I want to tell you is that we can use any Microsoft Windows Server compatible application or Linux application, irregardless of manufacturer, set it up in the cloud for you and deliver it, again, from any device, anytime, securely over the internet. So let's see how many contacts that we have in this database. Set it to all, do a quick search. Should be about 30,000. Okay, we have about 30,154 here contacts. Yet if I make a quick search for a contact, they probably come up pretty quickly. They sure do. And again, the reason I'm showing you this is because of the speed and capabilities of TaaS Cloud's IT as utility. So what else can we do with this system? Well, let me show you how we get in. We'll back right out. I'm going to pop to my main computer here and show you this is my actual laptop desktop. Very standard looking, running Windows 7, but as you can see, I'm running Office 2010 on this laptop, so I wasn't trying to pull the wool over your eyes. I actually do have that kind of speed. And let me show you how I logged into this. So I securely went to this site here, and I was given a quick login right over the internet, an HTTPS address, and I dropped in my username and password. And if you notice, I have two options. I have applications and desktops. And if you also notice, I have about 10 applications currently installed. Okay? So what I did previously was actually run a desktop sitting right down here on the tray. I'm going to jump back in there, and I'm going to show you our TaaS C3 Cloud Provisioning Portal. The control panel is a place where you can install applications rapidly. You can add users, change users, disable users, and basically maintain your system that would cost you, either hundreds of dollars per hour for outside consulting or hundreds of thousands of dollars to maintain internal IT staff with the type of knowledge necessary to run a complex system like this. However, with the Cloud Control Panel, it enables even a business administrator or an office administrator the ability to add users, change users, email accounts, or install applications. If you've ever installed the applications before, it can be an onerous process. It can take a few minutes up to a few hours to do. We're actually going to go ahead now, jump back into the desktop, and install about 15 applications in very short order. So with each application, we're assigning it to a user. The users are controlled and managed through the Cloud Control Panel. This is what it looks like. You will receive access to your company within the TaaS C3 ITaaU Utility Cloud Control Panel. I'm going to go down here and find my name. Here I am right here. Now, if I was going to edit myself, or let me just show you the table as if we were going to set up a new user, again, it's as simple as populating a web page, fill out some information. If you wanted to fill out more demographics and details about the geography and so on, so that it will fill the Active Directory up nice and full, you can certainly do that. We can also reset passwords here, as well as have an unlimited number of email addresses and aliases. But, I wanted to promise I showed you how to install applications. So we're going to pop over here and take a look at all the applications that are available to us. So there were about 10 of them here that I don't have installed. So it's going to be a very difficult process for me. I went to MIT to learn how to do this so that I could install these applications quickly and easily and get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars. I just basically click a button, wait till this orange spinner turns green with a little checkbox on it. Once that's complete, I'm going to back out. I'm going to go back to my desktop here. If you notice, again, 10 applications only. I'm going to hit log off. I'm going to log back in. And there you go. Look at all those applications I installed from this O drive all the way through to time slips and QuickBooks, Visio, Word, etc. So that's how quick and simplistic it is to deal with ITaaU's utility and implementations with this solution. Sometimes I get this question, how would I assign or make it easier to install applications, to an entire team as opposed to just, one individual user? And that's simple to do here. In the control panel, we give options underneath the Citrix section for application access. One way to do it is by having applications listed and then installing each individual user that you want to have access to that application by just checking their names or selecting all. Now, if you have a larger company and not doing fine-tuning like that, probably the best way to do it is to set up what we call custom application groups. These groups are set up in advance, and they're pre-populated with the applications that a user should have. You then simply apply the group to the user or apply a package of users to a specific group, and then they would inherit automatically the applications that are previously selected. This is an example sales and marketing group, and they need these applications with the check marks next to them in order to do their jobs efficiently and effectively. Okay, so then the last thing I wanted to do is to show you that this system can run, some pretty old stuff, like, for instance, time slips. I get that question quite a bit. Hey, can your cloud run time slips? I'm going to actually show you that it can. So here's time slips. It's running right now. It's not the latest and greatest version. In fact, it's time slips 9.1 level 3, which is pretty old. What other applications can we run? We can certainly run things such as FileMaker, which is mostly a Macintosh application, an Apple application that's, has a PC-based compatibility. And let's say open a homegrown application that we use. Perfect. So right there, again, in the cloud, all these applications would be available to me from any location at any time. So that concludes the demonstration aspect of this. I'd love to open the floor now to questions, and anyone who has any inquiry that they would like to learn about, whether of what I've just shown or something else that's important to them regarding cloud computing, please feel free to ask me now.
Yes, I have a question. It looks like the portal is very powerful in allowing you to set up users pretty easily, but I would assume that if I look to deploy a solution like this, I necessarily would not need to have my current IT provider. If I wanted to completely hands-off and turn this responsibility over to you to kind of manage my environment and set up my users, is it something you guys can do for me, or do I need to go in the provisioning panel and do it myself?
No, absolutely, and that's a great question. Thank you for asking that. I would say 9 out of 10 of our customers ask us to do all of the management 100% for them. So we have a simple process. We're available 24/7 to you, and you can simply either send an email with your inquiry and request to the help desk or place a call, whatever's best for you, or even through our website, you can fill out a request form, get that to us. Then we can simply tell us what you'd like us to do in that inquiry, and we will add users, change users, add applications, et cetera, do your upgrades, patches. Everything's included with the solution.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Greg, I had a question too. We have 2 remote offices as part of our business. Is that a problem accessing the cloud from those remote offices?
Oh, that's a great question. Thanks. Actually, it's not. In fact, one of the big benefits of IT is utility. If you're a multiple site location and have satellite offices, even if people work from home, like you have a separate Salesforce and people work from their home offices, is that every user, as long as they can get an internet connection, can securely log in and run the exact company network and application suite with the shared data from anywhere at any time on any device.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So one more follow-up question around the portal and setting up users. Part of my challenge as an organization is that on occasion I will have the need to bring on temporary employees for a period of time to help out during busy season. I know setting up the users would be easy, but is that something that's possible that I could add on temporary users to the environment and turn them off when they're not using the system?
Oh, perfect. Yes, that's exactly one of the biggest benefits of the cloud. Automated provisioning is one, and elasticity is the second. And by elasticity, it's exactly as you're identifying this to be. Say you come on to, how many users are in your company?
Currently about 15 users.
Okay, so 15 users. So you're into the system. They're all set up, ready to go. And then over the summer, you might add 5 users, some interns, associates, whatever. And so you pay X per month for the 15 users, and then you pay a per month cost per user for those over the 15. So you would just pay for, if they say they work for 3 months, you'd pay an extra 5 users for 3 months. Then when they're complete, you just deprovision them, and your bill drops back down to the 15. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And I had one more question over here. Several of our laptops have different versions of Microsoft Office running. We have 2003 all the way up to 2010. Is that a problem as we try to convert to the cloud?
Oh, not at all. Perfect question. All the versions of Microsoft Office files we upload to the system and make them available on a single platform version that you choose to run. So we're able to run 2007, 2010, or 2013 versions of Office for you. And at time of deployment, you would just select which version you would like us to install as a corporate standard. And then everyone who logs into the cloud system, whether it be at the desktop level or by launching an individual app from Office, such as Word or PowerPoint, et cetera, or Excel, will all be running the same version. So it's going to eliminate any confusion and any incompatibilities or compatibility issues, that you may have seen amongst yourselves or sharing files outside your organization with vendors and customers.
Excellent. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
Hey, Greg, I have a question. We use a custom in-house built application that we use for our order entry. How would that work if we went to the cloud?
Hey, that's a perfect question. Thanks for asking. So if you recall, this FileMaker system, it's kind of like Access or DBase or one of these old Foxborough type applications, and it's like that. It's a legacy type, custom line of business application that we would implement right into your cloud network, if you will, and tie it to your file applications, your shares, and to your organization so that anyone who should have privileges with that checkbox would get that application provisioned. So it's not a circumstance where you have a cookie cutter type cloud situation like an Office 365 or a Google where you must use just what they offer. We're very custom in the sense that we can give you all the industry standard applications and then all of those that are specific to your organization seamlessly working together in the back end in your own cloud so that you can have access as if everything were in your own organization physically.
Okay. So if I did go to the cloud, would I need to keep my online backup, or would it work with this?
Oh, that's a great question too. So one beautiful thing about the cloud is if you think about it, it's already off-site. Your data is going to be in our data centers. So we have multiple data centers that are backed up securely. They're all encrypted. The data is encrypted in flight and at rest and then replicated to other facilities at least once a day. And you no longer have to worry about maintaining data backup. In fact, we periodically take snapshots of your data throughout the day. And what a snapshot is a full backup of your exact point in time of your system. So currently today, I'll make the assumption that you back up once a day the tape. And what we'll be doing is backing up multiple times for you per day in a consistent state and then replicating that. So you're going to increase your business continuance and disaster recovery just as a natural output of going to the cloud.
Okay, sorry, just one more question that goes with that. How would I get my data back, or how do I know that works?
Oh, sure. That's an important question, right? So, I'd love to ask you now, when's the last time that you tried to restore a server from tape backup? But, that's a conversation for a different day. But what we do is, for the snapshots, if you called and said, hey, I just overwrite a file or a folder from 2 hours ago, can you help me? Make a simple call or request to the help desk, either through voicemail or through phone, direct dial, or email, and tell them what the issues are, when you lost it, when would you like it to come back, and they can pull that file out and drop it right back into your folder at additional cost.
Thank you.
Welcome.
One last question I had is, where is your support staff or help desk located?
Sure. The support staff is located all within the United States, so we do not outsource our support staff to other countries or outside of the United States.
Excellent. Thank you.
Welcome. Any other questions? Okay, great. Well, I would like to thank you all very much for taking the past 30 minutes or so to learn about IT as utility and cloud computing and how it might be of assistance to you and your business. We look forward to working with you and anything we can to help. If you would like some more cloud information to further your knowledge and your study, you can go ahead and download a free report that TaaS has put up at isthecloudforus.com. So at any point, feel free to click on isthecloudforus.com and receive that report. You can also reach us directly anytime at 888-884-TaaS. That's 888-884-TaaS. TaaS translates to 8677. Have a wonderful day, and thank you very much for attending.